Dear aspirants, it is high time we should gear up for Prelims 2021. Though the screening examination, yet it has become one of the toughest hurdle considering the intensity of the examination at this level in terms of the number of aspirants appearing. We at Shubhra Ranjan IAS have scientifically designed our quality enrichment program targeting Prelims 2021. We have been conducting this program since last few years and many students have benefited from the program. The uniqueness of the approach is our experienced teachers will help you in covering the entire syllabus of the prelims, the conceptual as well as the current, in the shortest possible manner with the workbook approach. The program is especially meant for the students who have not done the regular classes and feel there are certain gaps in their preparation. The program is equally beneficial for the students who have done their classes yet they feel there are some conceptual gaps. Hope you all will get the benefit of this program.
Hello all. So this year we are going to start the quality enrichment program, which is basically prelims crash course on 15th Feb 8:30 to 2:30. So we'll have daily 6 hours lectures. It is a 45 days program. In this, every subject will be around 8 days. So economy will also be covered in the 8 days. So this course is starting with economy on 15th Feb. Now let me briefly tell you that what I am going to do in this 8 days. In this 8 days, I will be covering the entire conceptual things which UPSC is asking since last few years. So we will be focusing mainly on your concept clarity, plus related to those concepts, whatever is happening in the economy or has happened in the economy in the last 1 year, I will also be discussing all those current issues, plus whatever has come up in budget, economic survey and finance commission report recently 1 week back, that I also will be covering, not separately but integrated with all the topics of the economy subject, because reading or economic survey separately doesn't help students much. So I have integrated all those things with the conceptual topics and current based topics in the lecture plan. Plus in the 6 hours lecture, around 4 to 5 hours we will be discussing the classes, taking the classes, plus every day 1.5 hour, around 15 to 20 MCQ based questions will be solving daily 8 days. So 8 into 15, around 150 questions will be solving in this 8 days to understand the conceptual and current based things. So in this way, conceptual, current, MCQ, all these three package will help you in boosting confidence. You'll be able to understand each and everything, and you'll be able to solve most of the UPSC questions. Based on my experience, I am saying this, I am conducting this course since last 3-4 years. So let me tell you that if you are going to do this, you'll be able to solve 90% of the questions, at least 90% of the question in economy. Thank you.
Now I will give you the glimpse of my polity workbook. As you know that polity is a major area of the prelims examination. Polity is not that difficult, yet because of lack of conceptual clarity, many students do the mistakes which they should not have been doing it, and I can call it as a silly mistake. These mistakes happen when we do not have the conceptual clarity. My workbook will help you in preparation of the areas where UPSC has been asking the maximum questions. It will give you complete conceptual clarity and the confidence needed to handle the polity. So now I will show you my workbook on Indian polity. What is the idea behind making this particular workbook is that though polity appears to be simpler because you can do it from one specific book, but still students commit lot of silly mistakes in polity because of lack of conceptual clarity. And on the analysis of the previous year questions, I have found that there are some specific topic where UPSC goes for giving weightage. So it is not very difficult managing all polity questions right if your concepts are clear and you have done sufficient practice. So consolidating the pillar of polity is something you are making a very safe bet. But again, polity is an area where many people may assume their answer is correct, but it is not correct. So I have seen certain areas which are like constitutionalism, fundamental rights, directive principles, preamble. Most of the questions are focused on this area. Two areas, one is the parliament and second is this. Fine. So see, this is how like I have included previous year questions. Which of the following are regarded as the main features of rule of law, and this type of questions. Fine. So the polity book will have the questions and the information, which is the way like it will help you in the mental exercise, and with that mental exercise you can be able to solve the most confusing questions correctly. Fine. So suppose the first topic is the constitution, basic concepts, all previous year questions, so that you understand what is the weightage of a particular topic. Fine. Similarly, let us see like what is the weightage of second topic of what are the probable questions. So we have collected these questions. So after the topic, specific questions which will help you to gain confidence. Fine. Similarly, like in Constituent Assembly, what were the previous questions? This analysis helps us in understanding ultimately which are the areas where we should focus more on preparation. In a way, prelims is very difficult, but in the other way, prelims is also not that difficult, subject to the condition you know the theory and the art of clearing prelims. Thank you.
Hello students, in this QEP program, I will be taking care of your polity section. The total class in the polity section is 8. 2 classes will be taken by madam and I will take 6 classes. In this 6th class, I will cover center-state relation, and whenever I am talking about center-state relation, I will be talking about interstate relation also. Along with this, I will also talk about asymmetrical federalism, that is 5th schedule and the 6th schedule. Along with this, I am going to cover your judiciary, and under the head of judiciary, I am taking subordinate judiciary, High Court and the Supreme Court. And whenever I am talking about this particular topics, I will go into the conceptual part, along with this the part which is easy to remember, and I will make the things so easy for you so that you can remember the things, so that you can apply your mind there in the question. And then I will move to the local bodies, and that after this the constitutional bodies and the non-constitutional bodies will also be covered by me. And along with this coverage, I am going to add 20 questions, that is 20 MCQ question after the end of every class. And so after 6 days, you can understand that we are going to cover approximately 120 questions. And what I have understood from the last 2 or 3 years, that it is not only that you should read Lakshmikant and you can easily tackle the question in the examination. Along with this, you will have to cover some of the concepts, that is the concept of equality, liberty and fraternity. Means you will have to go through some of the basic NCERT also. For example, the democratic politics, that is the book in the class 9 and the class 10th. This also I am going to cover. You will not understand that how I am going to cover, because I will make the thing so easy that it will be integrated in your MCQ also. Okay. Thanks a lot.
Hello everyone. Now we'll cover history from your prelims examination perspective in a matter of 8 days. Now covering history within 8 days would involve us to largely use a workbook based format where we'll do a certain amount of writing, putting in the important facts along with those which are already mentioned in the PDFs or the workbooks which will be provided to you in the printed on the hard copy format. So whether it is on the different painting styles, merging your learning along with the images, or the relevant portions, the things to focus on. A certain content would be written into the workbooks, a certain content you will be expected to write along with the lectures, and this is to ensure that we cover a large ground in a concise amount of time itself. Roughly 8 days of your roughly 8 days of your history preparation can be largely broken down into something around 2 days to 3 days for your ancient and art and culture portion. Ancient and art and culture portion, roughly 1 to 2 days can also be broken for your medieval. Roughly 3 days can also and would be kept for your modern period as well. So almost a breakage of 3:2:3 is what we'll follow for ancient and art and culture, medieval and the modern bit, to largely use a workbook based approach and give you enough relevant information in the minimum time possible, something that will cover the needs of your prelims examination as such.
Hello everyone, I am Nikhil. I will be covering world geography and environment in prelims quality enrichment program. If we analyze last few years question papers from these two topics, we can categorize the questions into 3 sets. The first set, which requires conceptual clarity for answering those questions. And the second type of questions are largely related to current affairs. And the third type of questions, it is location based question or map based questions. Now, as I told you, from prelims perspective, having conceptual clarity is very important. So for having conceptual clarity, we will be actually covering all the topics of world geography like geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, environment and biogeography, and the important topics of environment ecology like starting from the fundamentals of ecology. Then moving forward, we'll talk about the important biomes of the world like aquatic and terrestrial biomes. We'll talk about the soils of the world. Then talking about the biodiversity conservation, species conservation, wildlife protection, and also climate change, and also the environmental legislations, agreements, institutions, etc. Now, for having conceptual clarity, we will be covering these topics in a very logical as well as in structured manner. For example, if we are studying climatology, what we will be doing is, we will be dividing the entire world map into different climatic zones or climatic grids. And we will take each grid and we will try to analyze the characteristics of each climatic regions. But before starting the analysis of the characteristics of each climatic region, it is very important that we should be strong with the fundamentals of climatology. So we'll start with the fundamentals of climatology like structure of atmosphere, the insolation part, the temperature distribution, the pressure belts, the prevailing winds, talking about Coriolis force. So covering all these fundamentals, what we'll do is we'll apply all these concepts on the world map and we'll try to analyze. We'll take a particular region and we'll say like these are the characteristics of the climate of this particular region and this is the reason behind it. So that means we are trying to understand a particular topic in a logical manner. Now after climatology, what we'll do is we'll have the same approach with respect to the biomes. We'll take the entire world map, we'll divide the entire world map into different biome regions, and similar can be done with respect to soil regions. Now we have 3 different world map in front of us, one with climatic regions, one with soil regions, and other with biome regions. Then all of us will understand, all of us will agree that biome of a particular location is influenced majorly by climate as well as soil. Now we need to actually superimpose the climate map as well as the soil map on the biome map. So you yourself can actually understand, you yourself can actually analyze, okay, this particular region of the world have this particular climate This is the soil here, and that is the reason this particular type of vegetation is actually being there. So this is the way, this is our approach in understanding the different topics in world geography and environment and in world geography and environment ecology. Now coming to the second type of questions, it is related to current affairs. We'll cover all the important current affairs with respect to the major geographical phenomena and as well as the important concepts, the important legislations, agreements with respect to environment and ecology. And the last type of questions that have been asked, it is basically location based or map based questions. So map study, it's not something which is there to mug up. Map study can be done in a very logical manner. So that means the world map study will be done along with understanding the different concepts of geomorphology. That means what I am trying to say is we need to understand the concepts. We need to actually reconstruct. We are actually reconstructing the world map from 4,000 million years to present. That means from the origin of Earth to the present world map. So what we are actually doing is we will try to understand the different process acted on the Earth's surface, at what time they have been acted, by what process, what was the process there, and what was the relief actually formed. So that is how we will try to analyze the entire world map, because that will actually help you to retain the information in a very logical and structured manner. So the nutshell point is, in Prelims QEP program, we will try to cover the important topics, all the important topics of world geography and also the current affairs plus map based questions from world as well as environment ecology topics. Thank you.
My name is Amit Garg. In this quality enrichment program, I'm going to teach you Indian geography and Indian mapping part. Now here, these are very, very important thing for our prelims exam. And this quality enrichment program, it is extensive, comprehensive program of around 300 hours. And like here, I tell you the topic which I'm going to cover in this 3.5 days for this Indian geography and Indian mapping part. Now here, so this is location and physiography of India. Very important. Okay, we can expect one question. Physiographic region like Himalayas, Peninsular Plateau, Indo-Gangetic Plain. Not only Indo-Gangetic Plain, I tell you about Rajasthan Plain, Haryana, Punjab Plain. I tell you Brahmaputra Plain. Third is at yes, Coastal Plain, Western Ghat, Eastern Ghat, Island. So that I will cover here. So this is also a very important topic for our prelims exam. Now next is Indian drainage. I will cover Indus river system, Ganga, Brahmaputra, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri. I tell you the west coast following river. I tell you east coast following river with wonderful mnemonics. So here, no need to waste your time to mug up this river. So you will able to retain like all these rivers which are very, very important for our prelims 2021 in the class itself. Indian climate, monsoon, the effect of jet stream, El Nino, La Nino. So that will be covered. Now here, natural vegetation. See, some students, they ask me like, sir, whether we have to cover this natural vegetation from NCERT. No, I will take this in detail, and that detail is very, very important because only NCERT is not sufficient for our prelims exam. That we know very well. So natural vegetation classification and associated problem like this, deforestation, that type of thing. Soils, very important topic. So here soils, I tell you different type of soils. I tell you characteristic of these soils with the help of map. Okay, you will get workbook from my side. And on each and every topic, I give you multiple choice question and previous year questions. Because our prelims exam, it is about MCQs. So here we will do practice on MCQs and PYQs so that we can use elimination technique. We can use other technique also so that in exam, like we can handle those questions also where we get stuck. With the help of answer options, we will try to handle some extra questions as well. Now here, this is soils I am going to take. Next is water resources, glacier, lake, underground water. This water resources also I'm going to cover here. Next is land resources and agriculture. Have you seen 2020 they ask more question from this agriculture part, and it is very very important topic for 2021 as well. So I will take, I think, 4 5 hours out of my total time on this. I will give on this agriculture, and I give you a detailed notes, so that for you people no need to refer any other thing. With the current updation, I'm going to cover this agriculture, and with some visualization, with some flow chart, or with some mnemonic if it is required. Like here last year they asked cotton growing condition. I cover all these in my classes. Yes. So here that is very important. Type of agriculture, characteristics of Indian agriculture, irrigation, cropping season, growing condition. Okay. So these are very very important in case of agriculture. So I'm going to cover, we can expect 3 or 4 questions from this agriculture topic, yes, in 2021 as well. Now next is mineral resources and industries, SCZ, tourism, ecotourism, religious places. With the help of map I will cover. Okay, Ramsar sites I'm going to cover, many more things. Like here I will say it will be a holistic coverage of Indian geography and Indian mapping with MCQs and PYQ. And from this area I expect you will get around, from my area only, 7 to 8 questions. Minimum 7 to 8 questions in our prelims from this area, because agriculture is very important, drainage, physiography, all these topics are very very important for our prelims 2021. And here this QEP, this is extensive comprehensive program for our prelims 2021. Now here Indian mapping I will cover in detail. So you join this course offline and as well as online. We are going to conduct this QUP, Quality Enrichment Program for Prelims 2021. Thank you.
Hello students, I am Suhas. I am the faculty for Science and Technology in the QEP program. This quality enrichment program is a prelims crash course that we are launching from our institute side, and it will be a 40 to 45 days program where 2 days of it will be my subject, where I would be trying to cover the entire 360-degree preparation for science and technology. And most importantly, when you look into this particular science and technology questions over the past couple of years, the changing trend has has increased the amount of questions that is coming from the technology part and has reduced the general science part. So it is more important to understand the aspects very clearly. So what I will be doing from my side is that every particular part or every particular sector of general science and technology, as mentioned by the syllabus, in prelims it just says general science and technology, but considering the sectors of it, like space technology, we will study the basics and we will get updated with little bit of the current affairs that has happened in the past 1.5 years. Similarly, coming to next is wireless communication, and after that nuclear technology, biotechnology, radioactivity and nanotechnology, robotics. So we have so many topics to cover which we will give equal importance to it, and we will understand what exactly it is. And along with that, if there are any important legislations or acts or bills or drafts that have been passed or being discussed with respect to the advancement in the technology field in India, those things also we will try to discuss. And nevertheless, the most important thing, the past 3 to 5 years questions, I will make sure to discuss in the class. So with this, you will get an idea what sort of questions are asked and how we are prepared. Okay, so that shall be the course of our lecture, and I'll be making sure that you have a holistic preparation with respect to science and technology. Thank you.
When we talk about current affairs, a lot of students waste a lot of their time and energy worrying about reading current affairs, and that is something that the QEP program will take care of. Every teacher in their respective coverage anyways will be covering the recent developments. For example, when Vivek sir talks about the Indian economy, he'll include the developments from the budget to the economic survey. But apart from that, also when it comes to certain other relevant current bills which have been in discussion not just in this year but over the past 2 years or so, or when it comes to the India Yearbook which is released every year along with the key flagship schemes which are covered under it, or the key international organizations and the summits which India has been a part of, or certain science and tech related advancements which have been in news and which will also be covered in the science and tech portion. Along with that, we'll try to cover all of these current affairs related things in a complementary and a holistic manner in a span of 5 days, and this would be in tandem or in sync with what is anyways covered in the polity, economy, history and the geography and the science and tech section, to also ensure that there is no needless duplication as well as waste of time in terms of ensuring both comprehensiveness and conciseness in your preparation. So how exactly is the course going to be conducted? The course is going to be conducted roughly in around 45 days. On each of these 45 days, classes will be held for 6 hours every day, and we'll have classes for 6 days a week. So in a total of 45 days, we'll be doing the whole course. And what is the subject wise breakup? I'll run you through that very quickly just in a minute. Before that, the course starts in the offline mode from the 15th of February, which is subject to the government regulations, and in the online mode, the course will start from the 22nd of February. Both in the online and in the offline mode, the students will be provided the hard copies of the workbooks. In case of the online mode, the workbooks will be mailed to the students or will be physically sent to the students' address so that they can use the workbooks along with the lectures and they have the consolidated notes with them at one particular place. More importantly, for the offline course, the classes will be held at a Delhi center from 8:30 am to 2:30 pm, and for the online course structure, the course will begin from 22nd Feb onwards. Just a few pointers about how the course will be available online. The course will be available online starting from 22nd Feb, where the workbooks will be mailed, will be physically sent to the students. But apart from this, also the lectures will be available on our website that the student can access. The lectures will be available in a time sensitive manner for 2 days. Meaning, if the course is starting from 22nd of February, then the lecture that comes on 22nd of February will be available till for the 22nd and for the 23rd February. So each lecture will be available for 2 days to ensure that, and this is done with the intent to ensure that students maintain discipline in terms of the coverage of their syllabus and stick to the schedule that we intend to provide to you. Otherwise, doing the syllabus in a time bound manner is easier said than done, and we strictly believe that if you maintain the momentum only, then you will be able to do the course in an online manner. So to ensure that the lectures each day which is made available will be visible on the platform for the next 2 days. More importantly, also the lectures will be recorded and then uploaded on the platform itself. Great care is being taken to ensure that most of their questions and queries will be solved in the kind of explanation the teachers are going to anyways provide to you in the course. Now, how exactly is going to be the breakup in terms of the coverage of the course? This is largely starting with economy. And so we're going to start with the economy, where Vivek sir is going to take roughly 8 days in economy from the 15th to the 23rd. The economy will be followed by the polity bit, where both Shubhra ma'am and Saurabh sir, both of them will take the polity along with the current affairs portion included within it. Following that, we'll have history from the 5th of March, for the next 8 days that I'll take. After that, we have the geography portion. The geography portion will be largely taken by Nikhil sir and Amit sir. Nikhil sir will be taking the first 6 days to talk to you about geography and environment, and followed by Amit sir, who will also talk to you about Indian geography along with the mapping portion of geography also, which is important from your prelims point of view. This will be followed for the next 2 days on the 24th and the 25th March by Suhas sir, who will basically talk to you about the science and tech portion and the recent advances associated with science and tech, and again lastly followed from the 26th March towards 31st March by me, where we'll talk about the other things about current affairs apart from what other teachers anyways will cover in their holistic manner of their coverage of the respective syllabus. The course is designed to be a result-oriented course, something where discipline and commitment from the student is equally important, as is important for the teachers to deliver the course in a timely manner. So if you work along with us, we strongly believe that this course will be in a position to improve your final performance on the examination day in a substantial manner. For the details of the course, you can go to the website. Last, one of the things is also that we had to quickly tell you was that if you have any specific queries and you want to come and visit the Delhi Center, the teachers will be available at the Delhi Center on our Pusa Road location. And the respective dates are mentioned. On 10th February, Vivek sir and Rahul sir will be available. On the 11th February, I and Suhas sir will be available. On the 12th February, Nikhil sir and Amit sir will be available. On the 13th February, Shubhra ma'am will be available. In case you have any doubts about how to approach the preparation in general or how the course can be useful to you, you can come and meet the teachers also at our physical institute at 25 Pusa Road. So thank you for your time and attention, and hope this addresses most of your questions.